6A-4 Properties of Exponents. All right, so what we were doing before this was, some of the breaking it down, birthday cake method, right? Okay. Well, now we're going to take it and transition into a little something different, all right? You do need to remember this right here. 1 squared is really just 1 times 1. 2 squared is just 2 times 2. 3 squared, 3 times 3. 4 squared, 4 times 4. And so on. And what if I had something that was like this? 2 to the 5th power. What is that really? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 5 times. What if I had something like this? X to the 3rd power.
X times X times X.
X times X times X. What if I had Y to the... No, too much. 4.
24.
Y times Y times Y times Y times Y. What? One more. If I had, let me think. X. Okay. Does it have an exponent? Look up here, Levi. Pay attention. Does it have an exponent? No. So what exponent do we say it is?
2.
The exponent. Okay. Do we write x squared?
Yeah.
How many x's do I have?
2.
X times x. How many x's do I have here?
1.
1. So how many x's do I have over here? Just x. So if it doesn't have an exponent, what do we say that exponent is? A 1. If it doesn't have an exponent, you say it's a 1 as the exponent, and we just have 1x. Does everybody understand? Are you with me? Yeah. Okay. Now let's actually talk about what we're doing today. Okay. So what we're doing is we're talking about properties of exponents, and today we're multiplying. Tomorrow you're after you're dividing, okay? And then we're gonna map test the next time I see you. Okay?
Better than doing work.
Stop. And then Friday we're gonna go right back to the stuff. Okay? But for now we're gonna multiply, and then later we're gonna divide, alright? And that's what we're doing today. Alright. Expand each expression. What's expand mean?
Bigger.
Make it bigger, right? Okay, so how many t's do I have right here?
3.
T to the 3rd. So I'm going to expand it by writing t times t times t, because that's really what it means, right? Okay, you guys should be writing with me. Now, what's happening between t to the 3rd and t to the 4th? Multiply. So I'm going to multiply them together. And then on the other side, I have t to the 4th. So how many t's do I have? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody should be writing that. Everybody write it? Okay, so I expanded it out. I've got it all written in front of me. Now I want to know what is my answer. Okay, well, how many t's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what should my answer be? T to the 7th power. It is that easy. This one is. Okay, let's look at number 2. But then there's more. Exactly. Okay, look at example 2. Now, what's different?
Variable.
It's got a big number. Okay. Now, my big number is what? 5 and 6. What are those big numbers called? Yeah, they're called coefficients. So if it's a big number in front of a variable, like 5 is big in front of s and 6 is big in front of s, big numbers in front of the variable, those are called coefficients. Today, I'm just calling them big numbers. Okay? Then I also have the little numbers, which are my exponents, 2 and 6. Okay? Now, 5. See ya. Okay, so 5. What is the exponent? Hold on. Let me pause this.
22.
Okay, please stop. Please stop. That's not funny. Okay. Number 2. I've got 5s squared. How many exponents do I have? I just have one exponent. And what does it go with? It goes with the s. Right? Does everybody see this? We're going to expand it. But the 2, the little 2, goes with the s. What is the 5's exponent? Nothing.
0.
So, no. What did we say the exponent is if it doesn't have what? 1. Okay. So how many 5's do I have in this problem? Just 1 5. Times. How, 2 s's. I've got 2 s's. So everybody write 5 times s times s. Good. That 2 goes with the s, not with the 5. Then what's happening between the 5s squared and the 6s to the 6? Multiplication. Okay. How many 6's do I have? The big 6. Just 1 6. It doesn't have an exponent, so it's just a 6. How many s's do I have? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what's different about this problem? I've got numbers. Well, what operation is happening? So what am I going to do with the big 5 and big 6? Multiply. What's 5 times 6? 30. How many s's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So s to the 8. Okay, now let's talk, because there's a trick here. What do you notice? What could I have done to make this easier?
You could have just multiplied that from the beginning.
Multiplied what?
The 5 and the 6.
I could have just multiplied the big 5 and the big 6. What else? And then added the little exponents. Okay? Look at this one. T3 and T4. What's 3 plus 4? 7. What did I get on this exponent? 7. Okay. Shh. Look at this one. My s's. 2 and 6. What's 2 plus 6? 8. What did we do with the big numbers? 5 and 6. Multiply. So, we're going to multiply which ones? Multiply which numbers? The big numbers, the coefficients. The big numbers in the front. Then what do we do with the little exponent? We're going to add them. Okay, look right here. So, BM times BN, right here, is the same thing as you're just going to add your exponents, m plus n. See how B stays the same? B, and then just add the exponents? Okay? So look at this example. X squared times x cubed, which is what? 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, example 3. Look at 3. Why is 3 different?
There's no letter.
There's no what? There's no letter. Pay attention. So my exponents are with the number, the big number, right? My exponents have been with the letters. Okay. Now number 3, there's not a letter. So what am I going to do? Yes. Okay. Because on example 2, how many 5's did I have? 1. And how many 6's do I have? 1. On example 3, how many 2's do I have? 3. How many 2's do I have here? 5. So this is really 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? It's not 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? Because it's really, if I expand it out, it's a bunch of 2's being multiplied. So how many 2's are being multiplied? 2, and then 3 plus 5 is 8. Now, can I simplify this down?
16.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. It is not 16. So turn your calculator on so I can show you how to do an exponent.
So house thing.
Okay, everybody got their calculator up? Alright, so you're going to click. I'm going to just show you what to click. 2. Okay, so everybody should have 2 on their calculator. Then, to get an exponent, you click this little house button right here. Everybody see the house? The up, let's call it the up arrow. So it makes you go into the exponent numbers. And then I'm just going to type 8.
That's 256.
And when you hit enter, you get 256. Okay? Why did I go from 2 to the 8th all the way to this? Why did I not just leave this as my answer?
That's because simple 2 has 8. There's 8 2s. So.
Yeah. See how it says simplify? Okay. 2 to the 8th is not simplified all the way down. I can actually do that math, 2 to the 8th. And we did, and we got this. Now that this, you can't do anything else to this number. So that is as simplified as possible. You could still do 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 8 times. Okay, so that wasn't finished. Now, nothing else I can do to 256, so I'm done. I've simplified it all the way down. Okay? Okay, look at number 4. Everybody see it? Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different on this one. So I want you to take 2 highlighters. 2 highlighters. Okay, everybody got their highlighters. Now, highlight your big numbers the same color. So 2 and 3 need to be the same color. Then highlight the N to the 5 and N to the 4 in a different color. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. What are we going to do with the big yellow numbers? Multiply. The big numbers you multiply. So what is 2 times 3? 6. Now, what are we going to do with the blue? We're going to add the little. So before I add, I'm talking about the blue N. So I'm going to write N first. Now I'm going to add. 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay, get your highlighters. Okay, get your first color. Highlight the big numbers on number 5, the same color. 14 and 2 have to have the same color. Then, get a different color and highlight all your X's the same color. How many X's do you have? 1. Then, get your third color. Highlight all your Y's the same color. Should look like this. All right, here we go. Okay. What do I do with my big yellow numbers? 14 and 2. Multiply the big. What's 14 times 2? 28. Then I move in alphabetical order. What's my first variable in the alphabet? X. Okay, so I've got 1 blue X. Can I add that little 2 with any other blue X's? No. So what do? Just bring it down. X squared. Now I'm going to move to the pink Y's. Got 2 of them. I've got a 4 and a 3. I add them and I get what? 7. You can't just put a 7 out here. You have to make sure you have the Y and then the little 7. And that's my answer. What? The line in the 7 number. I don't know. Okay, number 6. Get 1 color. Go highlight all the big numbers. So 10, 3, and 2. Yellow. Then go highlight your X's.
Wait, what is
We're going to talk about it in just a second. Right now we're just highlighting. Then I'm going to go highlight the Y's. Okay, everybody got it?
Oh,
All right, how many big numbers am I going to multiply?
3.
3. So I'm going to do 10 times 3 times 2. Just make sure I get the right answer, and I get 60. So my big number is going to be 60. Then, what's the next first letter in the alphabet that comes here? X. Now, you guys notice that this X did not have an exponent. So what exponent does it have? A 1. So when I add, I have to do 1 plus 8 is 9 plus 2 is 11. You can't just write an 11 up here like this. Does that make sense? 60 to the 11th power? No. I have to write the X. So many people are forgetting their variable. They're just writing it like this. Okay, you cannot write it like this. You have to write your X and then 11. Okay? Then I move to what? Y's. I've got 2 Y's. So a 4 and a 2 give me what? 6.
Wait.
Why did you simplify the first one and not the right?
Okay, I'll tell you in just a second. Okay. He said, why did we simplify the first one and not the other 3? They're all as simplified as possible. Okay? But because this n is with the 9, the only thing I can do is n times n times n times n times n. There's not like a number that you get when you do n to the 9th power. Okay? But if I do 2 to the 8th power, it would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 8 times. So that would be 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, and so on. Okay? I can't do anything else here. There's nothing else that I can do. Because this 9 goes with the n. Okay, does that make sense? Same thing here. The x squared is just x times x. I can't physically multiply those and get a different answer, x times x. So I just leave it like this.
Only if it has numbers.
Only if the exponent is with a number. See, the exponent is with the letter, exponent with the letter, so I can't do anything else. Okay? Okay, number 7. Find the area, Find the area in square units of a rectangle that has a width of 2x squared times y cubed and a length of 4x to the 5th times y cubed. All right, so what do I do here? Find the what? Area of a what?
Square.
Rectangle. What's the area of a rectangle? Length times width. Okay, what information does it give me? This is the what? Width. So put a W. This is the what? Length. So put an L. What do I do? Okay. Before I can do that, what do I have to do first? We're going to highlight. You're right. First, I have to plug them into the equation. Okay? Got to plug them into the equation first. So I have A equals. What is the L? 4x to the 5th times y cubed. So we're going to plug it in. Anytime you plug something in, you got to have parentheses. So write this with me. 4x to the 5th y cubed, parentheses. Then I'm going to plug in the what? The width. 2x squared y 3. Got it? Questions? All right. Highlight. Highlight your big numbers one color. I like to do all my big numbers always yellow. I just like to keep it the same. Okay? Then highlight your X's one color. And then highlight your Y's a color. All right. What do we do with our yellows or our big numbers? 2 times 4 is 8. What do I do with the X's? 5 plus 2 is X to the 7th. Make sure you don't forget that X. Then I've got Y's. 3 plus 3 is 6. Questions?
Right here.
Okay. Hold on. Questions about math?
No.
We good?
Wait.
What?
Did we ever multiply that?
No.